Good evening, everybody. It is Saturday night, roughly 9:15 at night, on December 17th. This is the old redneck with standard beer in hand. Can't seem to do these without them. First and foremost, let me send a message out to all of our men and women overseas serving in the armed forces, be them Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force. From this vet to you, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and may you all make it back home hale and hearty, safe and sound of mind and body. That comes from my heart. You're always first and foremost in there, right next to my wife. All the others out there, whether you agree with the wars we're fighting, or you agree with even having a military, keep those men and women in your thoughts. The world's a lot scarier place when we don't have brave men and women standing on that wall to keep the wolves at bay. We should all remember them and thank them, both in words and deeds. But on to the Christmas message. This is the season for joy and cheer. Well, I got my cheer. I'm not too much on the joy part. I never have been. I'm not a joyous person. Kind of a cynical person, to be honest with you. And y'all are sitting back like, we didn't already know that? Sure. First off, to everybody that watches this, I would sincerely like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very happy and prosperous New Year. From my family to yours. There's a few out here that really know me. Others just think I'm a psychopath or whatever. I don't care. I say it like I see it. You watch it, you don't. You pass it on, I don't care. You want to comment? I'll answer. Now to the main message. In my line of work, I talk to a lot of different people. You know, lately we've been talking about relationships, and you know how people are. They find somebody that listens, and they tend to just ramble on. And there's a lot of people come into my office, and they like to talk. I guess I got a friendly face. Never would have guessed it. But I listen. Well, I've come to the conclusion over the last 6 months of listening. In my mind, people have forgotten what partnerships are. Marriages, whether it's living together, sleeping together, or shacking up, whatever you want to call it. I know folks that have been married and divorced still living together because of circumstances. I know others have never gotten married due to circumstances, but they've been together for 15, 20 years. Cheers to them. A few drivers and I have been discussing this thing called Sharia law. That's where Muslim women have to dress from head to toe and be subservient to man no matter what he tells them to do. They have to do it. They're not allowed to go anywhere unescorted. Oh, blah, 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 a whole bunch of rules. Not that long. But the man's allowed to do anything he wants. Now, me, that strikes me as a little weird, strange, and abnormal. But that's me. But then I started listening to drivers and people on the street, people I've talked to. And there's a lot of people who already do that sort of thing. They treat their significant other as a servant. He or she is the one that keeps the clothes clean, the house clean, cooks the meals, takes care of the kids, feeds the dogs, mows the yard. Basically, doing everything to make that person's life easier. And I've asked a few of them that have mentioned that to me. And how often do you thank them for it? Or let them know you appreciate it? And what do I hear? I don't need to thank them, that's their job. They know that's what they have to do. Well, that got me to thinking. And I started thinking about my own 34-year-old relationship with my wife. And trust me, I didn't like what I was thinking. I personally think I owe that woman a lot more than I've ever given her credit for. Especially when you figure the first words I ever said to her was, "You stink pretty," when I was working underneath the car and she walked by. 34 years later, we're still together. But for most of this time, raising 4 children, that lovely wife of mine took care of the house, paid the bills, kept the house clean, kids fed, clothed, got them to school, got them home, made sure their homework was all done. So basically, there wasn't much for me to do. Plus, held down a job of her own. How many others are like me that just took it for granted? Yeah, there'll be dinner on the table because I'm the man. Voila! Ta-da! King of the castle. Come home, my food better be on the table, woman, or there'll be hell to pay. Sound familiar? Well, about the last 7 years, my wife's been disabled. And as you can see, I've been trying to take care of the place. If you look behind me, you'll see I'm not quite as good a housekeeper as my wife is. But I'm getting better, one room at a time. The point I'm trying to make is every relationship takes 2. People say in a marriage or relationship, you got to give 50-50. I beg to differ. If you're only giving 50%, you're shortchanging your partner. Each person has to give 100%, or you're not trying. But that's my opinion. I'm old and dumb. But I know people whose partner is only allowed to clean the house, do the chores, go to the store to get groceries, go to doctor's appointments, all that. It's not allowed to spend a dime without prior approval from their mate. Well, their mate can do anything they want. And I don't care how much you love that person. The lack of the freedom to think for yourself is going to wear at you. It's going to eat at you. It's going to tear your relationship apart sooner or later. This is America. Everybody is free to think for themselves. If you're in a relationship with someone, you're in it because you either love them or you trust them. And just remember, the person you're living with is also the person you're sleeping with. That person should have your back like you have theirs. And if you're not giving them full trust, you don't have their back, but you expect them to have yours. The good book says we should all forgive. I'm not saying forget. Everybody's going to screw up. Ain't nobody perfect in this world. Last perfect person we hung on a cross. And even he wasn't perfect. If your mate makes a mistake and has tried to learn from it, let it go. Don't bring it up 5, 6, 7 times a year and say, well, I can't trust you because you did this. Or because you thought this and said this, I don't trust you. You're never going to have a relationship if you do that. Never. I don't care if you walk on water. Thinking like that, you're going to lose every damn thing you hold dear. I know couples that fight at the drop of a hat. I don't care if they're in the middle of the fanciest restaurant or out in the middle of the street. Pretty soon they're boxing. You know, my wife and I have been together for 34 years. The last 7, my wife's been disabled. She's in a walker or a wheelchair 90% of the time. This lady that I call my wife thinks she's ugly, thinks she's fat, she's old, she's broken down, she ain't worth a crap. As she has told me before. I look at this woman and I still see the same vibrant person that damn near dropped my car on me when I told her she stunk pretty 34 years ago. She may have gained a few pounds. She may have a lot of gray in her hair now. But hell, so do I. And I'm not slim and trim like I was. Due to this stuff, I got a little paunch too. Ain't none of us perfect. As you get older, you gain weight. As you get older, you get medical problems. It ain't their fault. Quit holding it against them. You want your relationship, marriage, commitment, whatever to last. You want to get rid of a lot of stress in your life. Get rid of the baggage. Talk about it to your mate, your partner, your significant other, whatever you want to call her or him. Get your demons out in the open, or I swear to God, they're gonna eat your soul. I know a lot of God-fearing men and women that this has happened to and is happening to. Someone told me to quit smoking. Cigarette keeps going up. You need to learn to speak to your partner. That's the one person you should be able to trust and confide anything in. If they've made mistakes, forgive them if they've tried to make amends for it. Don't hold it over their head. The trick my lovely wife and I have used since we got married. Very simple. Hard to do, but it's a simple trick. We never go to sleep mad. There's been a lot of sleepless nights. 34 years, we've had 10 arguments, and some of them have been doozies. But we stay awake until we discuss it with each other and clear the air. I have never raised a hand to my wife in anger. I don't believe a man should. I don't believe a man should strike a woman. Now, if the woman turns around and swings at a man, he's got the right to defend himself. But that's as far as he should take it. Too many people think relationships are disposable. I know guys that turn around and tell their wife, "You don't like what I say? Get the hell out." Wrong. If that's what you want, why'd you marry her? Could have had a little shack-up girlfriend. But I also know women that have done the same thing. I'm not perfect by any means. I'll be the last one to say I am. But it's the Christmas season. I can't think of a better time than Christ's birthday to try to convince everybody to give their partners a chance. Treat your partner as an equal. Get off your high horse and thinking that you're the king or queen of your castle and your word is God. Because it's not. You're not infallible. I'm not. My wife's not. Nobody walking this green earth is. Try. A lot of stress might leave your life. A lot of these couples are fighting over petty little shit. Whether it be, oh, the kitchen's not clean enough. Oh, is that all you did at work today? No. Why bring the fight there? Why fight over everything? If you like to fight that much, why are you together? Think about it. Take some of the battles off your damn board. Life is stressful enough without making more problems for yourself. Well, that's pretty much all I'm going to say. Again, I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. I hope you take my words to heart. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to comment on it, go ahead. As soon as I realize there's comments on it, I'll answer them. Got ideas for another video or my thoughts on something? Ask me. I'll let you know before I make one. None of my videos are scripted. They all come from the heart. I say what I think. I say what I feel. If my words can help somebody, that's God's will. If you don't like them, you can tell me that too. 60 years old, I've got broad enough shoulders to handle the weight. You think I'm a son of a bitch for my videos? Tell me so. I wish everybody that watches this a very Merry Christmas, and may you have a better New Year next year. God bless everybody, no matter what race, creed, or religion. There is one God, no matter what you call it. Merry Christmas from my household to yours. May you have a happy New Year. Good night to all. Please remember everybody serving in the military, both past, present, and future. Wish them a good Merry Christmas too. Happy New Year and goodbye.